immediately, the worship will also have a preliminary prayer. My name is Meda Bodega Sekuna. We accuse the person to worship. The prayer is request the court to direct the police to return immediately the accused these clothing that have just been confiscated from court. Yes. And they be returned to his custody unconditionally because they do not relate to the offense being charged. We did agree earlier and took a joint decision to have the person change clothing. For purposes of image and integrity of the court process. His clothes were torn by the police in the process of torture. We did indicate and agree that once an accused person has been delivered to court, it ceases to be the property of the police, and so his belongings. In broad daylight, in this very courtroom, the police have confiscated his clothes. It's an affront to the integrity of the process of the court, because we did indicate to them that it would be a trial issue. They have no right whatsoever to retain an accused person's belongings confiscated. I pray that they be directed to deliver the same and hand them back to their accused. That's okay.
However, if it is true that they accuse these clothes were confiscated by the police, this will be a serious matter that requires inside the police.
Worship. A matter regarding violation of rights in the courtroom cannot be handed back to the aggressor to investigate. It is very simple. The person who had custody of the accused person is in court. The senior police officer called it Tulibagenyo, something. Never along those lines. It's confiscated the police from court here. In the presence of their counsel. You were watching, I believe in this video. It is not contested that this is the man's clothing. But if they have a justification for it, let them put it on record. They are just here. The clothes are here. And they belong to the accused. Unless they are saying they are let them free. So I pray with them with enthusiastic and emphatic insistence that they be directed to respect the integrity of this process. Otherwise, they even lose the moral authority to judge if they can still close it from courtroom.
Which he knew or had reason to believe was likely to spread the infection of COVID-19 and this dangerous to life.
Not guilty.
Your Worship, the investigation in this matter. I have committed
Worship. So funny. Before disclosure, the state needs to proceed. We are very happy to proceed today, though. One would apply that would be available a copy of the charge sheet. Two, all the evidence and exhibits the state intends to rely on. On our part, the worship, we have an application for bail, as per our instructions for the accused person. One, the judge is bailable. Two, the accused person who is a responsible citizen of this country with a fixed place of abode as confirmed by the state in the charge sheet. Magere. The serving member of parliament for Chadron East. And currently a presidential candidate vying for the highest office in the land. We have substantial sureties, guarantee his appearance and attendance in court when required, in addition to his personal undertaking. I pray that you permit us to introduce the sureties that will be undertaken by the colleague, Mr. Anthony Ahmed, with your permission.
The first shooter is Honorable Paul Mwiru. Paul Mwiru is 40 years old. He's a resident of Firewood Village, Simon. Firewood Village, Simon. Georgia Central Division, Central Division. Ginger City. The sitting member of parliament. Sitting member of parliament for Ginger Municipality East. He's a very close friend to the accused in the African Parade. And also a colleague as a member of parliament. Yes. Yes, let me introduce him to you. And also his parliamentary identity card. I have shared the same with the prosecution. His telephone number is 0701 280 049. So the second shooter is Honorable Nambeshe John Baptist. Honorable Nambeshe is 55 years old. Nambeshe John Baptist. He's a resident of Unashale Village, Nashula Ward, Unashale, B-U-N-A-S-H-A-L-E. That's the village, and then Nashula Ward is then S-H-A-L-E in Buda district. Nashula Ward. with the town council. With the district. It is the sitting member of parliament from Mandya County. And is the deputy president. Mandya is J-I-Y. Mandya County. Is also the deputy president of the National Unity Platform, Java Eastern Region. The National Unity Platform is a clear registered political party in the country. And the accused person is also a member of that party. And the president is a political party. The shoot is the close. And his telephone number is 0772 67 73 and 85. If you also wish to submit the also testing copies and the original national ID cards are very important to them because sometimes we have them practically furnished copies of the same. That's it.
We are still on topic before you. We are not friends. Respecting violation of standards operating procedures and guidelines which is placed by the Electoral Commission as guided by the Ministry of Health. From that, my worship, it can't be ruled out that the grant of variance is going to make him to make more concessions and gatherings which are going to cause a great danger to the public agenda. My lord is also on record that the accused has no fixed place of court within the jurisdiction of this court. It has been said that he has a fixed place of our board that is outside jurisdiction of this court. Your worship, if the court is inclined to grant bail to the accused, it is our prayer that it be done with stringent terms, which are going to serve the purpose of preventing him from further violations of mentioned above. In that regard, we pray that the conditions be attached be attached requiring the accused to report to the registrar for the High Court in this circuit every 2 weeks. A serious warning be sounded to the accused by this court to abide by the standard operating procedures and guidelines as provided by the Electoral Commission, guided by Minister of Health. This, in a way, will serve to put the other presidential contestants who are campaigns to abide by the source. The subject of
Good. Your Honor. But the fact that the accused person is responsible enough to attend court as and when required has not been assayed, and therefore is uncontroversial. Number two, a charge represented by a charge sheet in court is not a conviction. And therefore, that a person is charged with a particular offense and never be a ground to deny bail. In other words, it is not a counterbalance to the provisions of the Constitution on presumption of innocence. True that the offense has public connotations in terms of public health, but it remains a charge, an unsubstantiated charge like any other. May I, at this point, access a copy of the charge sheet of our decision and rest of this? When you look at the charge sheet itself, it doesn't indicate those particular acts which would have guided the court. Talking about the conditions and substitutes this court to pronounce. Worship Council stated that it cannot be ruled out that the accused is likely to engage in immoral sessions. This court cannot deny bail based on speculation and anticipated. On the question of fixed place of abode within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, I think, Your Worship, I pray that you guide. It is the law of the land that this honorable court has the powers over its suspects anywhere within the borders and even outside the borders with those countries where we have extradition arrangements with. Within the borders, this court's power to summon and cause the arrest and apprehensions of any suspect. The jurisdiction is unlimited. And therefore, to that extent and within that context, is a place of authority within your jurisdiction. With respect, Your Honor, to the alternative prayer, stringent conditions, one, we have no problem with an undertaking by our client to continue being law-abiding. That we do not need a warning. Suffice to say, however, that the warning requested by the state be pronounced onto the accused person is a sentence before trial. It is incongruous, therefore, with the basic tenets of our constitutional law to pronounce a sentence before you hear the case. Fine, and therefore, on undertaking with the guidelines to the extent that the guidelines are lawful and law, there is a duty on the client. Finally, Your Honor, reporting to the registrar of police of the High Court Circuit is not tenable and does not make legal sense. There is no file in the High Court. There is not even a likelihood that this file will be in the High Court, except when they choose to appeal after they are unappealed. So we pray that we find the pleasure in dismissing the same and grant bail as we request. We so pray. We pray for lenient terms because the accused person has been incarcerated. We would want to
Thank you.
I'm on the list.
Thank you very much. I just was asking for the right opportunity to say something before this honorable court. Your Honor, with all due respect to this honorable court and to the legal minds present here today, it is my opinion that this case should actually not be Uganda versus Chakurai. This case should be Uganda versus Museveni. Your Honor, it is Museveni that is supposed to be in this dock for killing innocent citizens and for committing crimes against humanity. Your Honor, I am not here because I've committed any crime. I'm here because I offered myself to lead Ugandans into ending a 35-year-old dictatorship. And I want to use this opportunity to remind Mr. Museveni and everybody out there that the seat which he is using to murder innocent citizens, that is not his seat. That seat belongs to the people of Uganda, and the people of Uganda will soon reclaim it. So we are not broken with the jail, we are not broken by the torture, we only get stronger. Thank you very much.
That is done with this prayer. I don't know if I have returned to the church. But one, very
We have considered the terms and conditions of the license. It is a very broad and support for workers, geographic ways, with the ground trade relocation to the very United States. And there comes to a conclusion that accused has fulfilled both the conditions for release and bail, since he has presented two substantial sureties. The offense is very legal. He is a responsible citizen, residential candidate. I hereby grant him demand bail with 1 million shilling and one each of the two sureties, 5 million shilling cash. In addition, since the business and residential candidate, the court hereby directs him to stick to the idea and comply with the guidelines, with the campaign guidelines for the presidential candidate campaign, including the standard operation procedures used for the during campaign. And this office was issued and the guidelines were issued by the Electoral Commission on July the 22nd, 2020, as well as the standard operation procedures by the Ministry of Health. I will just emphasize about 5 of them. 1, the campaign meeting should not have more than 200. All the people attending the campaign meeting must, and I emphasize the word must wear their masks properly. And then the campaign meeting venue must have facilities for hand wash. And then the people attending the campaign meeting must maintain a social distance of 2 meters from each other. And the accused will not have any processions to and from the campaign venue. And then the campaign meeting should not go beyond each campaign day. I shall adjourn this matter.
That's fine. And about this project,
So, and the set of directives
Kuliko komero mwana.
Represented by Council Honorable Sekwana, Vice President,
and the entire team. So we pray that it is made possible. But in addition, we have the three applications present for the accused person. The accused person has been briefed in the application to play another case of detention of survival. The first is bailable, and we have
This is our press. This is our press. Hotel or This is our NDI. An administrator at the local government. His telephone number is
Number one, these are our press. The resident while the accused is the resident of Nansan in the these who stay back apart. Prosecution is surety. We will ensure that the person is for the so spread. The second surety, 700, whose national ID indicates that he is a resident of Kwale State, 100 million. He has not produced open copy. He is not a from the LC. In order to ascertain as to whether he is the resident of life, and if so, if need be, you can interest for in someone interest. Well, secondly, Constitution invariably believe that once the accused person is granted bail,